I'd like to comment a little bit on a very interesting article from Finance Magnates that was published at the beginning of 2023. It was pretty much the article on death of social trading. And I would like to say that I'm actually a little bit disagreeing on this matter, and I will explain why. The point number one, perhaps the volumes were not as high as they were expected, but the interest, as you can see right now on the screen, is generally growing. And we can see stable year-over-year growth of 22% that was noticed by Google Trends, starting from 2021. Considering this stats is only in English, we might as well guess that the number could be actually higher. Point number two here is, of course, maybe the growth was expected higher, considering how it kicked off at the very beginning. But do we know any other services that were known and wanted over years just as much? The only example I can think of is MAM, but actually, as per my observations, and I'm sure as per observations of my colleagues, I would say that the majority are having some hard time distinguishing MAM copy trading. So these terms generally, and it could mean any of it. It's a catchy word. It might be showing high trends, but at the same time, the stable growth was never noticed for that.
Yeah, definitely. And indeed, English is not the only language for search. Let me walk you through our research for EMEA region. As you can see right now on the screen, the main demand is generated by Central Europe, quite a multilingual area. And we see that it's much higher than any other region. Although other regions, as we can see, are showing the great demand for copy trading, means for automated trading, like in most of the parts of EMEA region. And this clear upward trend, as you can see, there are marks on the graph with the peak. So the groundbreaking peak of an interest connected to this request we saw in the middle of 2024. So we can see the constant growth for the last 5 years with the peak of interest in the middle of last year. Definitely something to consider.
And if we're looking at APAC, that was actually the region that seemed to me always as a growing demand in copy trading. We can see some unexpected declines here starting from 2021. As for Southeast Asia, as I said, based on the observations, it was always the region number one for copy trading demand. But unfortunately, we see, as per the Google Trends, the decline in this demand. Again, this is only searches that are demonstrated in English language. When we're looking at certain regional parts, English is not the main language that people speak in there. And perhaps it could be a mystery that is staying behind it. But as for the rest, as we can see on the graph, to see the stability, and it's the key. Another interesting trend, and the most interesting region seems to be actually America. In the last 4 years, we're noticing the highest increase in terms of copy trading. However, Latin America is falling behind a little bit. Last year, it was having place number 3 in this little chart, so it was a higher demand. Later on, it fell to it still stays in top 5, but it's now on 4th place.
And talking about general overview of the world based on Google Trends, we can see the clear upward trend in Central Europe and both Americas, which clearly shows the demand for automated trading, social trading, and copy trading in these regions. And I must say that this is the most desirable clientele in the world for retail trading. So for the last 5 years, steady growth of these two regions clearly shows that this technology and this service is in high demand, in our opinion, and based on the data we collected.